Good morning. I'm Hassan Giordano, and this is your DMV Daily Dose for Thursday, November 21st, 2019.
It's currently clear and 39 degrees in Baltimore. Expect mostly cloudy skies starting in the morning. Today's high will be 53 degrees, and the low will be 37.
Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson leads initial fan voting for the 2020 Pro Bowl, the NFL announced on Wednesday. Jackson has collected 146,171 votes since the NFL opened voting on November 12th, almost 30,000 more than the runner-up, which is Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. The Ravens also lead all NFL teams in total votes received. Along with Jackson, 5 additional Ravens lead their respective position groups in votes, which include fullback Patrick Ricard, offensive tackle Orlando Brown Jr., guard Marshall Yanda, cornerback Marcus Peters, and kicker Justin Tucker. Fan votes count for 1/3 of votes collected, with player and coach votes also counting for 1/3 apiece. Fan voting ends on December 12th, and during the final 2 weeks of the window, fans can submit their votes on Twitter. Rosters will be announced by the NFL's network's Pro Bowl special on December 17th. Maryland Comptroller Peter Francho on Wednesday announced the agency's largest tobacco bust ever, resulting in over $450,000 worth of seized contraband tobacco products, Maryland Matters is reporting. The raid, which took place on November 5th, recovered 521 packs of untaxed cigarettes, 1,246 untaxed premium cigars, and 7,866 packages of untaxed loose and hookah tobacco products. Combined, those products represent a tax loss of over $286,000 for the state of Maryland. Quote, "This is not illegal, unregulated activity going on out there in the state, but they're not paying money that they need to under our tax laws," Francho said. "These are funds that should be used for things like public safety, education, healthcare, protecting our kids, and protecting our citizens." The Comptroller's Field Enforcement Division led the investigation and raid that resulted in the arrest of 2 individuals. Agents arrested Mehboob Chaudhry, 37 of Capitol Heights, and Manthurul Islam, 29 of Columbia. Both are charged with purchasing tobacco products from sources other than a wholesaler and could face other charges, says Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy. In Maryland, packs of cigarettes and other tobacco products must be stamped to show that the state's tobacco tax rates have been paid. The state's tax rate for a pack of cigarettes is $2 for each pack that contains at least 11 and no more than 20 cigarettes. The tax for other tobacco products varies. The tax for premium cigars and pipe tobacco is 15% of the wholesale price. Mass-marketed and multi-packaged cigars carry a tax of 70% of the cost, and all other tobacco products are taxed at a 30% clip. Now, the talk of the town has been the indictment of former Mayor Catherine Pugh, which we announced here yesterday on our Daily Dose. Now, today's Baltimore Brew that writes an interesting piece which states that it could be a first in the annals of white-collar crime that the alleged use of cartoonish, grammatically incorrect books aimed at promoting healthy lifestyles among school children is used to enrich, promote, and bankroll the career of a powerful politician. Today's 11-count federal indictment against Catherine Elizabeth Pugh, who resigned as Baltimore's mayor last May, adds many details and unexpected twists to the story of her efforts to peddle for profit her Healthy Holly books to the University of Maryland Medical System, or UMMS, and other organizations. One telling detail is whenever Pugh wanted cash, her aide, Gary Brown Jr., headed to various storage units around Baltimore, most frequently a city warehouse on Pulaski Highway, in order to pick up those Healthy Holly books for resale. Although Brown is depicted in the indictment as a one-man bookmobile and ATM, Pugh wasn't above handling a big wad of Benjamins herself. The indictment describes how Brown carried more than $62,000 in Healthy Holly checks to teller windows, then handed over the untraceable cash to Pugh for use in her 2016 mayoral campaign. The indictment is brimming with new details of the alleged scheme that brought down Baltimore's 50th mayor. The fraudulent IRS documents, the fake invoices, and the fact that Pugh had no personal bank account, but instead commingled personal and business finances in the same account. Now, all of this is coming from Mark Reuter in the Baltimore Brew. And yet, there's another angle to the story, he says. She wasn't alone. So make sure you go over to thebaltimorebrew.com to find out more about the case and the prominent people who helped carry out this elaborate fraud, some of whom seemed not to know what was going on right under their noses. And with the filing deadline 12 hours into the books, we see the final crowded race that will be on the February 4th ballot looking to replace former Congressman Elijah Cummings. It appears that the lure of an open congressional seat has attracted 32 candidates for a special primary election in the 7th Congressional District, left vacant by the death of Elijah Cummings last month. 24 Democrats and 8 Republicans filed with the State Board of Elections before its deadline at 5 p.m. last night. Now, if you remember, back in 1996, 28 Democrats and 4 Republicans filed for a special 7th district election won by Cummings at the time, who held the seat until his death just a few months prior. The election back then was held to succeed Congressman Kwesi Mfume, who had stepped down to lead the national NAACP. Now, 23 years later, Congressman Mfume is back, looking to regain the seat he once gave up. Among the other Democrats running are Maya Rockeymoore Cummings, which is the widow of the late Congressman Elijah Cummings and the former chairwoman of the Maryland Democratic Party. You have State House Majority Whip Delegate Talmadge Branch in the race, longtime Cummings staff member Harry Spikes, Howard County and Baltimore County Delegate Terry Hill, a physician, international public health professional Dan Baker, Dr. Mark Gosnell, State Senator Jill Carter, and community activist Safir Robb Jr. Now, Delegate Jay Jalisi of Baltimore County was among the last-minute filers last night, smiling for pictures at the Maryland State Board of Elections office in Annapolis as he signed his paperwork late last night. The Republican candidates include Kimberly Klasick, who runs a nonprofit and is a member of the County Republican Central Committee, former 2nd Congressional candidate Liz Matori, grassroots activist and businesswoman Reba Hawkins, businessman Ray Bly, and William Newton, a member of the Baltimore County Republican Central Committee and a member of Voice, Voters Occupied for the Integrity of City Elections, which helped file a lawsuit against the Baltimore City Board of Elections during the 2016 primary mayoral elections. More is to come on this story. And I'm your man, Mr. Politics, and this has been your Daily Dose for Thursday, November 21st, 2019. For more information on the articles that I've mentioned, just go on over to our website at www.dmvdaily.news.